Hello everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage, a Mage's Quest to talk about games. In today's video I want to talk about Final Vendetta coming to the Nintendo Switch. Please note this is not intended to be a review of the game itself. I tried to collect relevant information on the games, digest user feedback while adding my own observations and or opinions, condensing these into an informational video which I hope is helpful and or enjoyable. We have a few videos talking about games, mostly arcade and retro on the channel. If you'd like to watch these then please take a look. If you like our content and want to help the channel grow, please click that like, subscribe and notification bell for more of our content in the future. If you are one of the 60 plus subscribers on the channel so far, thank you very much. It is literally the only way this channel can grow. For this video I'll be focusing on the regular retail version of this game for the Nintendo Switch. At this time I have found two other editions for this game, the Collector's Edition and the Super Limited Edition. We will be taking a look at what the differences are between these later on in this video. All the following versions of this game does seem to include our friend Game in a Box, not its nemesis Code in a Box, but Game in a Box itself. The studios involved in this game are Numskull Games and Bitmap Bureau. The launch date will be the 10th of June 2022. So far the available regions are in Asia and EU. As far as platforms available, it's a little weird because this game does seem to be available as follows. A physical retail box will be available for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and a digital only version will be available on Steam, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Games wise, Final Vendetta is the game you are getting in the box. The game is being described as a side-scrolling beat-em-up paying homage to the iconic arcade titles of the 80s and 90s, such as Double Dragon and Final Fight. Moving on to the features, this game boasts the following: 4 game modes, that's Arcade, Survival, Versus and Boss Rush, 3 difficulty settings, several unlockables, dozens of moves and combos to master, pixel art, multiplayer, that's 2-player co-op, dance techno soundtrack, apparently featuring 4 exclusive top tracks from the 90s, 3 playable characters, possibly, more on this later, and 6 areas to battle through. As I mentioned earlier, there are 3 editions for this game. There's the Retail, Collector's, and Super Limited editions. The Retail edition we've just gone through and is our main focus for this video. The Collector's edition I will show on screen now. This will come with the following: the physical boxed game, a deck of 32 collectible cards, original soundtrack CD, and a sticker. The Super Limited Edition comes with the physical box game, the deck of 32 cards, the original soundtrack CD, an A4 landscape art book, an A3 poster, a USB stick, and the sticker. At this point I did want to mention the playable character list for each edition. The regular retail comes with 3 playable characters, but on some places online I've seen it mention 5. The Collector's Edition comes with 8 playable characters. The Super Limited Edition comes with 11 playable characters. This might have been done before, but I can't remember a game that split the playable character roster in their editions at launch. I can't say I'm a fan of this, and it does seem like keeping content locked for the higher priced editions. We have seen a version of this with in-game items or DLC, but like I said, I can't remember this being done with playable characters at launch. Please let me know if you can think of any examples. More on this in a bit. And I also thought it might be useful to mention that each platform seems to feature a different character on the cover, as you can see here on screen. Weirdly, all 3 main characters are not featured together on any of the boxes. So in regards to what we don't know, the physical retail box in other regions. This game will apparently only be available in a physical box in Asia and the EU. I did not see a retail game for other regions. Hopefully this will change. Playable character unlocks. The playable character list apparently maxes out at 11 as far as I can see. If you buy the retail version, you only get 3 or 5 characters only. The game details does mention several unlockables. Will you be able to unlock the rest of the characters then? Are they locked to each edition only? Will it not be unlockable and each character roster is locked to each edition? We don't know, but I would hope that the characters are available in all versions, just unlocked from the start depending on which version you buy. So requests wise, a physical retail box in all regions. Hopefully this game will be available in every region. It's always good for games to be available to buy easily and conveniently for everyone. All playable characters should be available in all editions. The included collectibles I think are enough to ask for a higher price, and playable characters should not be limited to each edition. As I said earlier, we don't know, as there is no mention on if these characters are unlockable in each edition, but it is weird that they've mentioned how many characters will be playable depending on the version of the game you buy. If, and that's a big if, they are not, I think they should be. It seems like a weird move to lock player characters at the game's launch to specific editions. What if someone sees a video online of the game, likes a particular character, but when buying the regular retail edition, that character is not playable? Now, I am a believer that we should check information for the games before we buy them, but again, it does seem like a weird step to lock your characters depending on the version of the game you buy. The request would be to have all the characters in each version just unlocked at different stages in the game. Lastly, I'd like to say that the game looks good, and I do like that the companies involved are making various versions of the game. Also, all the versions that I've seen so far are available at retail, which is great. It is a good sign that companies are not just making their collectors or special editions part of a limited physical box retailer. Maximum points from me to Numbskull Games for making all of these editions available at retail. Not just available at retail, but with tangible collectibles, and not just including digital content in their editions, especially including the soundtrack. I don't think we see enough editions with physical collectibles like we used to, so hats off to companies that do this, as this is not the cheaper option, but it does show, to me at least, that they are willing to put in the effort for the fan base. So what do you think of Final Vendetta coming to the Nintendo Switch? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? How would you change it? Please leave your impression down in the comment section. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much again for watching. If you'd like to help the channel, please click that like, subscribe and notification bell for more of our content in the future. And until then, thanks again.